out of nowhere, a very impressive 8th seed. And for one of these guys is going to be good news because it's going to be their first top 8. Bad news, they have to play against Saver to get any further. As we're underway, very close to the start, and we got those super ropes here on the overworld.
Yeah, you can kind of see what we're looking at here. We do have the second quest overworld, so with that comes only one large secret. We are playing with plus or minus 4 HP enemies, so that's going to be fun to deal with. And we are playing with full community hints, so hints will not be helpful in this at all.
Yes, it's plus or minus 4. It's not always going to be plus 4, although it does feel like it.
Yeah, let's have plus 4. I just like plus 4.
And we also have those sword beam shooting Stalfos on the overworld. That's another second quest exclusive enemy. We also have the red and blue bubbles, but thankfully Fred hasn't found a way to get them out of the dungeon yet. We have some early route diversions. Drakhatos doing the grave, but TA finds the wood sword in the forest area near start.
Always nice to find an early sword. Looks like Drak is going for the early Armos item. Not going to be here, just got to have a cave. And while we are having a quick bit of divergence, we do want to say a quick shout out to our fantastic track behind the scenes, of course, as always, to the dude and our distributor, OPT Lawyer. Thank you both for the behind the scenes work.
Absolutely. Drakhatos is going to screen scroll over to the vanilla blue ring shop, and that's going to put him on track for the blue sword, or the wood sword, assuming he doesn't die.
So sword is usually goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to get some good early dungeons, such as levels 1 and 2 if you can.
And we have a max medium secret of 40 rupees. That's a very good find for both our runners. And it looks like TA also got a bomb drop on 1 on the global counter. Very nice for him.
Now, taking a look at our overworld so far, we haven't seen the Gorillas, we haven't seen Darknuts, we haven't seen Wizrobes, we haven't seen Lynels, so our dungeons could be quite interesting.
Also, Drakhatos somehow did not go into the cave that has the sword. That is unfortunate. He's going to be barking up the wrong tree, although if this Armos item ends up being good enough, he may be able to get away with it.
Yeah, he is definitely on a early Armos item hunt for sure. Probably doesn't want to go over to the Dead Woods without a burning device to set that forest on fire.
Yeah, but at the same time, he didn't have to go exactly into the Dead Woods, per se. It was just the vanilla level 3, at least first quest level 3. As we have a small secret, I believe, from TA? I'm not sure, maybe not.
49 should be the mid.
40's the mid. I'm not sure if the other 9 rupees were just drops or if there was like an 8 rupee small.
Gotcha.
Oh, but we got a... Oh, this is very strange from TA, taking a heart out of the first bonus cave and not a blue candle. And Drakhatos, did he pick something up?
He did. He got the power bracelet there, so that is nice.
That's a huge item. That is going to unlock a lot more spots than in first quest. And we have an Any Roads found. We have a Forgotten Spot as one of them. We've got just south of the Vanilla Letter Cave as a second. Near the lake as a third. Drakhatos upping out a second door repair.
It does look like he is heading towards where the sword is now, so he should get on this path that he's following.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as TA is found. Those 4 Any Roads are not terrible, truth be told.
It is interesting that we are 5 minutes in. We haven't even gotten a single dungeon, not even a peek inside one.
Yeah, of course, as soon as you say that, we're probably going to find one of them right here. Or not.
So we are playing with the second quest overworld, so that means we will have a lot more recorder spots. We do have more power burst spots. We still only do have 2 of the raft spots, so that's still uniform. But we do have quite a few more areas where dungeons can be blocked by item progression.
Yeah, there's also 2 spots along the river that are that you need the ladder in order to bomb open the wall. Those can be quite diabolical if you don't know about him beforehand.
And Drakhatos does pick up his sword, so he is now armed.
And
And he sees
he's
the
got
white
the
sword
white
as the white sword item.
Fred, what's that doing there?
Now, we still do need between 4 and 6 hearts to pick that up, so Drak will have to come back here if he wants that, but I'm sure he will.
That may have been why TA had picked up that heart container. He may be thinking about an early white sword over a candle, which he knows he can buy somewhere. And we have a money-making game that Drakhatos is not going to play around with as TA gets a 5th heart, 2 in 3 chance. So this is a very interesting line by TA. I'm wondering if he finds another early bonus cave, he might just up a retry and go from start, take the candle out of the start cave and go straight into a white sword mode. It'd be kind of tech, at the 6 minute mark, but not sure.
Well, we saw him finally in dungeon, so he wouldn't be losing progress as far as that goes. He would be behind a little bit as far as he'd have to go back to pick up that wooden sword, but it's not too far away.
No, he gets the candle out of the wood sword cave. He gets the 2 whites. He gets the 2 hearts, or the 3 hearts, and gets the white sword. He gets the candle out of the wood sword cave and picks up the white sword as his first weapon if he finds the 3rd early bonus cave. Instead, he's just gonna buy his candle. As it looks like Drakhatos is bombing the coast.
Now, that gives Drakhatos the information that kind of will cost him 78 rupees, so it is a little bit pricey, especially with only one large secret in play.
That said, the small secret, or the medium secret of 40 definitely helps, because there's still, what, 6, 7 of those? Plenty. Especially because he's up 8 out of 2 of the, I believe, 9 door repairs in second quest.
Yeah, so looking at this overall enemy set, it is looking more and more likely that we do have the 4 least desired underneath today. So it could be safer. This could be one of those seeds where it's safer to stay outside the dungeon than inside.
Oh, it definitely seems that way, and that's going to make this white sword very, very useful for TA. So 5 hearts is enough for a white sword. And we're going to see, where are these dungeons? They have candles now, so they can burn things if they want, but it seems like neither of them want to even touch the dead woods right now.
I don't think Drakhatos picked up a candle yet.
Right, Drakhatos hasn't had enough money, but TA not taking advantage of that candle, and he's got it right in his B inventory. What's he up to? I mean, he's bombing the coast is what he's up to, as Drakhatos finds the any roads.
Anthropos, yes, these are elite flags, elite 8 flags. I apologize if I butcher your name, Rip. I'm pretty sure that's how you want us to pronounce that.
And TA having a little bit of difficulty. He's down to 1 heart on this screen, takes a death as Drakhatos takes a candle. So now that TA's back near start, let's see. Oh, yes, he's not going. Oh, now he's going to start burning things.
That's going to be one of their divergences in play style. Drakhatos is very well known for his proficiency with swordless play, so not having the best of swords is going to really hold him down too much.
And TA does find a level, first one of the match. It's level 5, and it's 1 screen north of our starting location today. And I imagine Drakhatos is quickly going to find those 2 as well, as TA's found level 6, so 2 of them under burn bushes.
So TA has found 5 and 6. He has decided not to go into them yet.
We and 7 too.
7 right away as well.
Wow, 3 in a row. And in order too. Drakhatos is going to take a look in level 5, and here's those blue dark nuts you were worried about. And Drakhatos is like, okay, can I get around this? No? Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, what sword that main Lionel's not fun times.
Oh, dark nuts, but still, he's gonna check for a walkthrough wall. I believe level 5 in second quest does have a walkthrough wall. He has tried everything he can, he's not getting anywhere, and Drakhatos is moving on.
Yeah, that many blue dark nuts is not what you want to poke.
No, he does have 6 bombs, but 6 bombs is not as many as you'd like. If he comes across the white sword and 2 more hearts, that'd be potentially a different thing. And TA finds level 2, power bracelet was required.
And 2 is one of those nice item levels to find early, as I said earlier, because you do have that one item that's just going to be hanging out on the ground just to pick up at your
I
leisure.
wouldn't call this a nice level. You got Virus, you got Pancase, you got Pole's Voices.
It's not Wizrobes and it's not Lionel's, I'll take it.
Yet.
Well, you don't have to be that mean to him.
Are you sure? Well, there is a potentially very early Triforce just there for the taking, and Blue Bubbles on top of it, as TA has picked up his first Triforce in the match. But you're right, level 2 is a small level. Let's see if he decides to redig. And he does. Pretty easy call.
I think Drakhatos is going to be right behind him. He is very close to where that screen is, and it would be shocking if he didn't check that out while he's right here.
I think he's gonna do this northern loop and then go back around. TA does find a key, but 1 key, 2 doors. That's not exactly what you want to be facing. He's gonna hope to find another one, or he could find all of them. Sure, game, that works.
You go from 1 key to infinite. Can't pass that one up.
No, you cannot. And TA is done.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again in these randomizer seeds how important resource management is. How you manage your keys, how you manage your bombs. So to grab that quick any key is definitely huge.
And, yes, that is saying that is definitely a key. And we find a joke shop here in the forest. 90 rupees for 3 jokes seems a bit too much for my blood. Just saying.
Drakhatos doing the dance of the bubbles. He is very well proficient at dodging them.
And he's going to get his compass, and he's going to get the same information that TA did. Oh, hey, Triforce is free. Let's see, yeah, he's going to dig around a bit to see if he can't find the item in this dungeon. And, was that the recorder on the coast?
I did not catch it. I was looking at Drakhatos' screen, but we'll find out momentarily.
And Drakhatos has his any key. Oh, chat's saying we got a banana on the coast.
It looks like Tia is making the play to go back into level 5 at this point.
Yeah, if there was a locked door in this room, and there was, this play makes a lot more sense now.
That could still be the item. That is a possible push block room, so we might have to go back there later.
Thing is, it's right next to start. He's not going to be too sad if he has to take the trek all the way back there, as Drakhatos gets his first Triforce in the match as well.
Would be very interesting. That's where our transport staircase is to deeper in the dungeon. It looks like that's going to be the case.
Oh, that's kind of rough. Especially because TA's out of bombs. He does have White Sword, though, which should help a little bit, but still. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, Dark Knight's damage is still going to be 2 hearts, so he does need to be careful, even with the added bonus of that sword.
It looks like these Dark Nuts have between 5 and 6 HP, probably. Looks like they're going down in 3 swings, maybe 4. Very nicely done.
Yeah, it gets a quick emergency furry as well, so that's a nice health reboost.
And there is that staircase you were talking about.
Nice little tree clip by Drakhatos to get into that. And we do have very nice bombs at only
12
12
rupees
rupees.
in bad and 74 rupee meat. And he's gonna pick up some bait. That's a bit of an interesting play this early, I think. Since we are using second quest, but we are still using the first quest logic. So there's only going to be one meat block, and there's going to be 2 items in level 8 instead of 2 items in 4. But Drakhatos is digging around level 6. He's found a staircase. This is probably a transport, and it is.
6 is one of those dungeons that you really don't want to find early. It's usually the biggest one between the first 6 dungeons, since they do share the same 8x16 grid. So finding 6 early isn't good. Depending on the enemy's set, you don't usually spend too much time here early.
He has found gorillas, which is, of the enemies he could be finding, definitely some of the easier ones. And this push block doesn't open, so he may have to take that staircase.
Guerrillas are debatable. The way they toss their boomerangs are quite deadly. And that's going to be a Gorilla and Wizrobe set. That is not pleasant.
That said, those orange Wizrobes were going down really fast.
I love squishy orange Wizrobes. It makes life so much easier, especially since they drop bombs for us.
Especially since they drop bombs, as TA is clearing out this area of Deadwoods.
We do find squishy Lamolas as well.
Also good, and Patra not so squishy, unfortunately.
We don't know that. He didn't take a stab at it to see how quick it went down. That being said, that was a possible item room, so he might want to go back and poke the Patra anyway. But we do find another staircase.
So we could have a segmented 6 if this isn't the item. He's gonna try and dance around these blue Wizrobes, and what do we got? We have segmented level 6 is what we got. And another Patra. Yeah, that's one of the things with Patra. If one boss in the dungeon's Patra, all of the bosses in the dungeon are Patra.
Yep, that's because Patra will share the same enemy group as Ganon and Zelda. And since Ganon and Zelda cannot be out of level 9, the game has no choice but to fill in their spots with more Patra.
You know, wouldn't that be something weird if Zelda's randomly in one of the 8 dungeons, but you have to kill Ganon, then go back somewhere else to find her?
That being... Oh, hello, early Triforce in 7.
Hello, very early Triforce in 7.
That being said, Fred is working on increasing that possibility of having Digdargers and Patras together.
Oh, good grief. But Drakhatos is gonna dig 7. This is a very interesting call. 7 is probably usually about the same size, maybe a little smaller than 6, because it only has to share the dungeon grids with 8 and 9, but still, it's a very interesting redig.
He was probably going for the easier enemy set, sees those Wizrobes though, it's like, this isn't any easier at all, I might be leaving.
We will find out, and yep, he's leaving. Meanwhile, TA trying to deal with 8 red Dark Nuts after the blue Dark Nuts.
Yep, and Drakhatos saw those Wizrobes, he's like, nah, I don't need 7 at all.
And TA with those bombs on the floor, he's going to use some of them before restocking. Good tactical move there. He's doing quite well to get around all these Dark Nuts in pretty narrow space, all things considered, of this grid room.
Yeah, you kind of use those grids to help your Dark Nut combat, since you kind of use them to funnel them where you want them to point.
That's him absolutely bupkis, though. Drakhatos does get his 5th heart, so that will put him into White Sword territory.
And it does look like he is going to be heading over to that direction now, and he'll probably burn down the dead woods while he's over here.
I think it makes a lot of sense to do it that way.
That will give him a little bit more combat, so when he does go back to 6 to poke around again, those wizards will be going a little bit quicker, and those patches as well.
Oh, absolutely. TA finds this Dodongo room and decides, nah, let's not.
Drakhatos grabbing his white sword, probably not happy about it. He does not like swords. He does not like shapes either.
I mean, swords still definitely take him over nothing, I'm sure.
Oh no, he'd rather have nothing. He'd rather go swordless if he could.
If your choice are sword and nothing, he'll still take the sword.
I think Drakhatos would rather go swordless. Just knowing Drak as I do.
Yeah, swordless implies you have like a wand or a red candle or some other consistent weapon, though. Oh, and a very nice block clip by TA to get that push. Let's see what the item is in 5. That's a raft.
So Raft does block two potential level spots.
And 18 is our small secret. That's pretty good money for not having 3 large secrets. Of the max on the medium and near max on the small.
We'll see what the large one is if we come across it at some point. It is going to be a little bit more challenging since there is only one of them.
Yeah, I don't think there's especially enough money for, say, a blue ring play, but a bomb upgrade or something certainly not out of the question.
It looks like Drakhatos is making the play over towards the grave and possibly up into the Death Mountain area.
That's not a terrible idea, and he finds another small secret.
He does have a bomb, so he can excavate Death Mountain quite a bit.
Yeah, I believe he can excavate all of this west side. Meanwhile, TA's found a whole lot of nothing here in 5, and he's out the door. He's got his raft, but who knows if that's going to be any use.
Yeah, we'll see if that raft pays off for him, because it was buried pretty deep in level 5. So if Drakhatos doesn't go for that raft, then there is a level behind the raft spot that could pay off for TA.
Oh, it could pay off huge in that door repair, and not paying off so huge. That's a 24 rupee penalty, as Drakhatos hits one as well.
Drakhatos opting not to excavate Death Mountain at this point. Gonna go around vanilla start.
And just a shop for TA. Nothing good on that raft spot, but there is still one more. I expect him to make a beeline for it.
White sword in hand, Drakhatos making the play back into level 5, see what he finds here.
Alright, Campbell Row hadn't been excavated yet, I don't think.
Drakhatos did, there was nothing really there.
Fair enough.
Drakhatos getting the bad news that he will have to deal with this 8 blue wizard room, 8 blue dark knight room to progress here in 5 without a ladder.
He'd probably prefer an 8 blue or Wizrobe room.
At least these blue dark knights are relatively squishy compared to what they could be. And we do find level 3.
Yep, that's 5 levels, and I believe 3 or 4 of them are under burn blocks. TA clipping in through the land molas and finds the red ring.
Very nice pickup. That basically quadruples his amount of hearts, so now he is pretty well set for health.
Yeah, white sword, red ring, that's pretty good. Like, that's good enough endgame equipment for most of these runners. And oh shoot. And oh crap, there was a dig tugger in there as well.
And hello, Blue Land Mola.
Goodbye, Blue Land Mola. Oh no!
It
Oh,
is
did
looking
you
like
see that
our
Triforce?
recorder. Yeah, our recorder is Dig Dugger
And
block.
that's a recorder block, level 3. And because it's a shoot room, there's only one way you can get into it in order to pick up that Triforce. And level 8 here on Death Mountain, so TA's found plenty of levels. We found 6 of them already in a pretty short amount of time, all things considered.
It's a nice one to find because he does have those 2 items. So this could be one that TA spends a little bit of time looking through.
He does have a bit of a lead, and oh, there's another Patra. Pearson Mountain. Since Drakhatos is using the Darknut sprite, the links on his screen are the Darknuts. If you change your sprite, it replaces whatever your sprite is with Link.
I think it's a little bit too premature to call a lead for anyone at this point. He has the advantage of the red ring, but I wouldn't really consider that lead worthy.
And that was 7 hits with that white sword in order to take down that Patra. Yuck. That said, it's gone for good, but still. So Drakhatos, going through level 5, he's going to, I believe this is the room that has the raft.
Yeah, he'll be able to pick it up. Probably won't be too happy to see it, but he did pick it up quite a bit sooner than TA did.
And speaking of picking things up, TA's found the Triforce in 8, but I like this play of leaving it at least long enough to dig some other rooms. And hello, Red and Blue Bubbles, how are you doing today?
TA will probably do a quick check of the surrounding rooms, see if he finds anything easily accessible, and then might say no to it.
There's
especially seeing a lot of patches.
I would say not exactly easily accessible. And a little bit of trouble because he does have the red bubble, but gets bought by the blue, so no harm, no foul. And even if that was a problem, he could just pick up the Triforce. The health refill will cure the bubble curse.
Yep, so there are only a handful of ways to get your sword back after being touched by a red bubble. You have to either take a potion swig, you have to go talk to a fairy, or you need to hard save your game. And that is really the only 3 ways to get your sword back. And pick up a Triforce piece, of course.
Yeah, any full health pickup or a hard save in the game will undo the bubble curse.
Yes, chat, patches are everywhere. But everyone loves a good patcher.
And TA's found level 9 up in Death Mountain. We'll get back to you later. Oh, then Drakhatos taking a costly death in level 5.
Yeah, those BMOs are a little mean, to say the least.
Oh, we have a potion pickup, and as you said, potions are a lot more valuable in second quest with those red bubbles.
Looks like Drakhatos is going to say no again to level 5 for now, as did TA. Not the friendliest of enemies.
We find a magical sword in the middle of freaking nowhere. But,
it is relatively close to level 9, so it is
I guess,
in the back of their mind, possibly.
Drakhatos is going to check this same raft spot and find the same nothing, as TA's going to restock on bombs.
One thing you'll note with the skill of both these runners, though, they do have white swords. That's really all they need. Magical sword is just a nice little bit of headway. And we do find level 1 on Death Mountain also.
Yeah, level 1, very nice. You've got 2 items, one of them will be a cellar, the other will be on the ground, and there's where the Lionels ran. That answers that question.
Who let the Lionels out?
And very nicely done avoiding all those red bubbles. And chat, name that ink blot. Oh, and we found the other joke shop here, right at the base of where Vanilla level 5 would be.
So these walls in level 1 are going to be squishy, so if there is an adjacent room, you will be able to bump into it, provided there isn't a natural barricade like Zelda's room, for example.
Yeah, Zelda's room, a side staircase, or if you're bombing down, the Gold Man room. So Drakhatos has gotten up to 7 hearts. That's since he hasn't found the red ring, that's definitely useful. TA still digging out the items here in level 1, and hopefully we won't find a pair of duds.
Book and a banana, anyone? We would just find the recorder. That was a nice pickup.
Oh yeah, the recorder is huge. And so we could have the bow, we could have the bow, we could have silver arrows, we could have the ladder. And that's about all that's really useful that's left, but TA, I'm sure, is going to dig out the rest of this just to be safe. Drakhatos checking the Spectacle Rock area, looks like. Let's see if he decides to spin off from there. It's TA... Yeah, there's only a handful of rooms he hasn't checked yet.
Everyone's favorite boss, the Aquamentus.
And this is interesting. We may have a side staircase here. Yep, there it is. Because that's the only way you could have an item, and that's a red candle, which he's going to take. It is a permanent weapon, so he has something to bop stuff with, even if he gets red bubbled. He's going to take this Triforce and go. Because Drakhatos is found level 8. Let's see if he's going to do any exploration here. Yes, he is.
Well, the other nice thing about the red candle is it's a nice ranged weapon as well, so you're not tied to direct melee combat.
It's certainly not the best, but you'll take whatever you can get at this point.
Drakhatos seeing the friendly patchers in level 8. See if
He's down to 1 heart and now down to no hearts. So, we only have levels 4 and... Wait, is level 4 the only one we're missing? I think it is.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Now, Drakhatos did kill this Patra, and we'll see what it leads into.
Oh, because he's got the, because he has the recorder, he can get the Triforce out of level 3. That's what TA's up to.
This is a very rude room to fight a Dig Dogger. Not a lot of room to maneuver.
Yeah,
you do have your
only
red...
one core, though.
Yes, of course. But at least...
And that's why you pick up Red Candle.
Yep.
So at the 34-minute mark, TA is halfway home on his Triforce count.
And you can kind of basically mark level 7 off as well, since it's just one room in.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely... I would say at this point he has an advantage. Like you said, it's maybe a bit presumptuous to call it a lead, but certainly no lead is safe.
There's always the fun monster of level 9 coming up as well.
Oh, yes it is. So TA is going to take out these 3 desert reporter spots, and let's see what the third one is going to give him. Another reporter tax. Lovely.
Drakhatos managed to kill the lead Patra, so it will no longer expand on him. Definitely nice to do.
Yeah. It's definitely a good way you can pull it off, as TA finds that I believe that's the last bonus cave. He's gonna take his potion, which is pretty smart. Was already marked, my bad. But at this point, yeah, I believe TA's only looking for level 4, the bow, and the silver arrows.
And the ladder.
And the ladder, right. The ladder opens up 2 more spots. And probably is going to be required for something or other.
So he did grab that quick Triforce in 7. It looks like he's running away from 7 as well.
He's going to check level 6 first.
And oh, hello, ladder.
Hello, ladder in level 8. And Drakhatos not happy, but that's actually very big for him. Drakhatos, I think, thinks that he's behind at this point. He very well may be, but he just closed the gap a lot.
Yeah, having that ladder is definitely an advantage, especially considering it could be quite a bit before TA goes back to level 8. Now, we haven't seen any really river blocks yet, unless 4 is on the riverbank, of course.
Gaddison, the big reason why TA took the potion, I can think of a couple reasons. First is he has Red Ring and 6 hearts, which effectively gives him 24, so he should be fine as far as that's concerned. Secondly, with the red bubbles being a thing, you always want to have a backup potion, because it's entirely possible that Ganon will be potion blocked. It also spares him rupees to potentially buy wood arrows if he needs to. I believe he's already bought bait, but it allows him to just use that money for other things.
Drakhatos has bait. TA has not bought bait yet.
Okay, my mistake. So if bait is required, that's something TA will have the money for.
But we did just see a ladder block potentially in 6 here, so that gives Drakhatos a little bit of a favor, since he does have that ladder under his belt. Drakhatos does see that Triforce in 8, is saying no to it for now.
And the TA trying to survive this room with the bubbles and the blue whiz robes and the Gorillaz, and finds one of those bomb upgrades I was talking about.
It's only 2 bombs for 81, not the best return on your investment.
But still a pretty decent discount for from the standard 100. And keep in mind, he was down to 1, so that was plus 9 bombs. It was plus 2 cap, but plus 9 to his actual total. Very useful clock drop for TA is he gonna try and take on this Patra, maybe?
He does have Red Ring and White Sword, so it's not as deadly.
It really isn't. And I'm sure, I don't think we've seen the item in level 6, have we?
We have not. Do you want to give us a quick item rundown, since we are about 40 minutes in?
Yeah, just give me a sec. So, level 1 had the recorder and the red candle. Level 2 had the any key. Level 3, I don't believe we've seen the item. Level 4, don't think we've seen the item in there. Right, level 4 we haven't even found. Level 5, we had the raft. Level 6, we haven't found the item. Level 7, we haven't found the item. Level 8, one of the items is the ladder. The second item is unknown. The white sword item is the white sword, and oh my god, look at that level 6.
That is a mess, but 6 does have the silver arrows.
Correction, level 6 has the silver arrows, we now know that. But the Armos item was the power bracelet, the white sword item was the white sword, and the wooden boomerang was the item on the coast. So that leaves, I know I'm going to leave one of those out, so tell me which item I'm missing.
Red Ring and 3. You missed.
Red Ring and 3. That's right. So the items left in play are the bow, the scrap metal boomerang, the there's got to be at least 2 more I'm forgetting. Oh, the heart
book?
container. The book, the heart container, the bow. Yeah, so there's the required item, and then there's garbage.
And Drakhatos is in level 1 now.
Oh, chat's pointing out that the wand is also in play. Yeah, you always forget 1 or 2. Ooh, Drak getting a Y-Force in that room with the item. He's gonna go back, find the red candle, and not exactly be pleased.
You will be happy to see the recorder, though.
Oh, absolutely. So he may take the recorder and just book it. Then again, maybe not.
I don't think so, because this is one of the easier dungeons, and it does let him... he still needs his bow, of course.
Yeah, so speaking of the bow, it has to be either 4 or 6. Oh, no, it can't be in 6. 4 or 7 or 8, I think.
Yes, 4, 7, or 8 will have our bow. Question is now is, where exactly is our level 4? And will it be ladder blocked? Because if it is ladder blocked, that could be advantage Drakhatos, because it will send TA on a little bit of a goose jump.
There is also that second raft spot I don't think either of them have checked.
This is true. We do have that one raft spot as well.
And TA is whistling the 2, so this would be when you can make that check. Chaos does find that red candle. Is like, nope.
Yeah, we're 42 minutes in. It kind of loses its luster after a while.
And TA... Oh, he's gotta check the spectral rock area. Must be. Now, these runners are starting to run out of overworld places they have available to them. Even with the additional second quest stuff.
Drakhatos showing the Octorok what he feels about him.
So yes, he can smell what the Octorok is cooking. So it could be recorder blocked level 4. It also could be ladder blocked river, like you said. We could have checked the recorder lake that's vanilla level 2 in first quest, I don't think.
No, we have not. Drakhatos is honing in where the recorder is, only a couple rooms away from it.
And TA is... He's headed to the Dead Woods, it looks like. Did he not clear this out?
No one's cleared that out yet.
Alright, so let's see if, let's see what that shows up.
I hope Drakhatos grabbed that recorder, because it looks like he got bopped away from it.
Well, we'll check as soon as he pauses, or picks up his menu. Yeah, I saw it in his inventory. He's got it.
Alright. He got bopped just as he picked... Yeah, he got bopped just as he picked it up.
That's a good big secret. 102.
Yeah, 2 more than average, so not a bad one.
7-8 time, yeah, I saw the recorder in Drakhatos' B menu as he was select swapping through it. Yeah, you can see where it is.
Yeah, it was very close 7-8 time. He looked like he did get bopped out of it, but he did manage to pick it up.
And someone like Drak, who plays these really advanced flags, I'm sure he would be keeping a... Like, we have TA's sound on stream, but he would have heard whether or not he got it. And Drakhatos is buying a blue ring. He's got the money to burn.
Not a bad play. He will be a little annoyed when he finally gets to level 3 to get that red ring.
Yeah, well, buying blue ring would guarantee a red ring there are a lot of really good runners that buy blue ring every time.
And he is kind of out of places to spend money on, so it's not a bad purchase by any means.
Especially he's already bought the bait, and the bomb upgrades are certainly nothing to write home about.
Chat pointing out that he is right on the direct path to level 3.
And TA whistling back to 2, and it looks like he's going to check that graph spot now.
And Drakhatos is going to see that lovely news that, oops.
Oops is about right. He's not pleased.
A couple extra
was
swords.
wrath required? No.
Yeah, a couple extra sword swipes. Not happy to see that. A little interested that Drakhatos did not check those ladder spots along the river there.
Thankfully, Drakhatos is going to get his compass in this room, and that's going to tell him, hey, I need to kill that dig dogger. Good thing I have this recorder.
Yeah, he gets the news for it right away, and it is, hello, dig dogger. Goodbye, dig dogger.
And speaking of dig doggers, here's one in level... Oh no, that's a patron. Oh, like, my mistake.
Interesting that TA would choose 8 as his first level to dig out, but it does have 2 items, so not a
It does have
horrible
2
choice.
items, and he is going to definitely need one of them. I mean, considering, let's see, to him, there's 6 items left outstanding, and 2 of them can't be in 9, those being the bow and the ladder, so he's got like a better than 50-50 chance of finding at least one of them here.
And we do find level 4 along the river
ladder
there.
blocked. So advantage Drakhatos on that side if this has the bow in it. That might be enough to level things up a bit.
I think TA is pretty close to getting his ladder, though, so he shouldn't be too far behind. And it's a very small level 4.
Yeah, chat named that ink plot.
It's a block.
CK block or double C block?
Yeah, just a block.
Okay.
I'm creative right now.
The most creative.
A priest with a cross. I like that crystal saver. Well done.
Saver's got good on the... Oh, the bow's the other item in 8. Wow.
Now we'll see if TA stays here or if he decides to up an A and go elsewhere now that he has that bow.
So level 8 with double required items, Drakhatos is going to find this item to be the wand, which is not bad, but not the item he wanted to find.
So we know Drakhatos will have to go into 6 and into 8 again.
Yep, that is true, and that is kind of unfortunate that he's gonna have to double dip 2 of those dungeons, although one of them he does at least need to get the Triforce out of, and TA finds his ladder, and now he's gonna be out of here. I think at this point you can safely say that TA's got a lead. He's in go mode. And if you ask me, it looks like he's going right to those river spots. Yep. So, white sword, red ring, 7 hearts. About the only thing that could really get in TA's way would be a meat block.
There's always the fun times of level 9, though.
There is always the fun times of level 9, and you can't completely discount that, but at the same time, Drak has a lot of work to do. We do find the Mugger Room, 1 bomb cap or 57 rupees. Drak's gonna take the bomb cap, and turn out that the not exactly the most useful, but may be required to get the Triforce. There are 4 items that are, or 4 rooms that are completely blocked behind that Mugger. TA, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't just pay the 57 rupee fine.
This has been a very Patra-heavy seed for sure.
Oh, incredibly Patra-heavy. TA passes on that heart. Very interesting. And he's not even gonna bother to check the room with the wand. He doesn't care.
Yeah, TA is basically in Triforce and Go mode at this point. There's really not much else that he could want.
And the Triforce is behind that Mugger room, so that is going to be a required toll to get through. So let's see where Drakhatos is going. He still needs Triforces out of 5 and 6. He needs the bow out of 8. He needs the silvers out of 6. He whistles to 7, so let's see where he's going to go from there.
Looks like he's going to check where the coast was.
Right, he never checked the coast, and he's probably going to check that East Raft spot as well. He's probably going to be happy to find that it's just a banana and it's not like the bow was sitting there the entire time.
He has all the dungeon locations, so he knows exactly where he has to go as far as dungeons are.
He's back in 7 and will be taking the 6 and TA paying that toll in cash. About as you would expect. The Saver putting away the furniture, getting out the good china, because we will be going into level 9 rather shortly. TA does still need to go through the chaos that is level 5 and get that Triforce.
Good news for Drakhatos is the silvers weren't too deep in its level 6. They were on the path to the Triforce.
That is going to be at least a small comfort. He does need to still go back into 8 and get that bow before anything else, and wow, only 6 rupees to upgrade your potion. ta909 banking off of that. Yes, the LP, the bow was the second item.
Not sure what that sound was.
What sound?
You didn't hear that? Okay.
Didn't hear what?
Someone, it sounded like a intro to the game.
Okay, if you say so. Drakhatos, I believe this is the room that has the silver arrows. Oh, no, right, this is the weird segmented 6. He does have to be a little careful. He is only down to 1 heart.
Okay, it was OPT Lawyer, who is doing a fantastic job restreaming for us today. So everyone say hello to OPT for us. And a special thank you to the dude behind the scenes for the fantastic job tracking as always.
Hi, OPT.
That Patra is not being too kind to Drakhatos, unfortunately.
Not at all. TA in the top row of level 5, hoping to find the Triforce or at least a compass. But yeah, it's bleeding away more time on Drakhatos' side that he did not have to afford to lose.
This level 5 has been a thing, though.
This is our 3rd trip in level 5. I'd certainly say that it is indeed a thing. And the chat named that Inkblot.
It's really not that bad looking, but it is quite intense.
It's stealth segmented is the really annoying thing.
Drakhatos is seeing that Triforce in 6. Gonna pass on it for now. Knows he still needs 2 big items. He's gonna get one of them right here.
There it is. So he'll just take the Triforce and go, and then he just has to get the Triforce out of 5. He also needs to go and get the bow out of 8. Let's see if he thinks to get it out of here and not level 7.
With as much of 8 edges cleared out, that would probably be the first place he'll go, so that's looking good for his future.
Meanwhile, TA still trying to figure out how to get to this this Triforce, and oh, Drakhatos going into 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was the closer of the 2 dungeons to walk to.
Closer to the 2 dungeons, and also he may be gambling that his only way to win is if he digs a dungeon that TA doesn't, and unfortunately it's not going to be the gamble that pays off.
Yeah, especially with the unfriendly enemy set here.
And TA having to burn one of his potions. That may be a slight cause for concern. He's down to 22 rupees. He can't afford another one. So make sure you get off that B button, or oh, there's the Triforce. That's not exactly a good room to have that stuck in.
So
But
now TA is heading to level 9. We will be looking for a couple things.
Yes, Ganon put all of his money into security in the form of monsters to guard the dungeon. However, he did not put any money into installation. So if he is one room away, you'll be able to hear the pig through the walls, and that'll tell you that the beast is nearby. We'll also be looking for a single shutter door that doesn't open even after you've killed all the enemies. When you've killed the beast, you're looking for a shutter door that opens immediately, even if there are other enemies left. There are also going to be 3 hitmen with absolutely nothing of value because this is Elite 8 flags, and all the hints are community. But 5919 and TA is in level 9.
Oh, we have an early pig.
An immediate pig. You can get right to him from the start screen because all 3 of those doors open.
Yeah, it looks like the pig's gonna be to the left.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Drakhatos was at 0 bombs. So it takes the bomb upgrade in level 7. And TA with a perfect stun lock.
8 quick shots finishes off the pig. Now just look for the shutter door that opens right away.
Yeah, and you could... Zelda could be in one of these 2 rooms immediately across... immediately away from Ganon's room, just outside the sub-hour if that's the case. But not quite. He will be looking for a single shutter room that opens immediately. But that was an absolutely flawless Ganon fight. As Drakhatos does go back into 8, he will find his bow in here.
I think I was a little bit tired of the Wizrobe Heavy level 7.
Yeah, and it's going to turn out to be the right call, but it's going to turn out to be a little too late in all likelihood. And TA chasing that blue bubble to cure that red bubble curse. He does still have a blue potion if he ends up realizing that he absolutely needs it.
Now, there are walk-through walls in this level 9, there are bomb holes, and there are a lot of key doors. There's a lot of staircases. So it's a very tricky path to find. And the door opens right away. TA just has to make his way past the Wizrobes.
Yep, there's the door, there's the dot done, and ta909, welcome to top 8!
He gets the prize of going up against Crystal Saber next week.
ta909 is finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 1 minute, 45 seconds.
So TA will be joining us in a few moments. Again, I want to say a couple quick shoutouts. Thank you to the entire Randomizer Mania family for helping us with this tournament and airing these matches. It's always a lot of fun to call them and to watch them. A special thank you to our tracker today behind the scenes, to Dude for doing the fantastic job that he always does. Thank you to OPT Lawyer for the restreaming, that awesome job that he always does as well. And of course, my commentary partner today, Algeron25. Thank you for commentating with me, my friend.
Thank you for commentating with me.
And OPT Lawyer, right as I called him out, just tried to blow out all of our eardrums. So once again, hashtag blame OPT. And we do have TA in chat with us. GG, sir, well played.
Thank you very much.
So not the worst of seeds. Talk us through it.
Yeah, that seed was pretty easy. I had a white sword within 10 minutes as the white sword item, and I found the red ring early. I think the only hiccups for me that seed was leaving behind the ladder and the bow out of 8, because the biggest issue there was I just needed level 4. I found 9 and 1 right after I found 8, so after that I knew I just needed 4, but I had like 30 to 35 overworld spots left. So I think the biggest issue there was just not getting the ladder out of 8 the first go and clearing out the entire overworld looking for 4, only to find out that it's on the river, so...
Yeah, Drakhatos got the bow out of level 8 on his first dig, but didn't... Or, he got the ladder on his first dig, but didn't get the bow. He just now picked it up. And he's got to go through a level 5 to get that Triforce before he can get to level 9. It was a pretty easy level 9, though, all things considered. You were on the cusp of sub-houring if Zelda were a little bit more cooperative.
Yeah, Ganon was right at the start, and... yeah, just, I take the, a different turn at 8, that definitely could have been sub-hour, but, yeah, that was definitely a very easy level 9. But, I mean, Zelda was a little out of the way. I just, was lucky to go the correct way to her. But, yeah, overall, very easy level 9.
As far as regular dungeons go, that level 5 was a thing.
That level 5 was absolutely a thing.
Yeah, the map was completely isolated. Past a couple bomb walls. I was lucky to get it, just to realize that, oh, I've been in every single room in this dungeon, so I knew which 2 rooms I had not cleared on my first 2 trips into 5, so yeah, level 5 didn't cooperate well with me, but oh well.
Drakhatos was in the Triforce room just now, but in the same mindset of you did that the room's a pain in the butt. We're not going to clear it yet until we know we have to.
Also, can we talk about how many patchers were outside of 9 in this seed? I think.
Oh yeah, this whole seed was the Patcher family reunion.
Dang.
6, 8, and 4 had patchers. Was any other dungeons? Maybe there was one more. I'm not sure, but I mean, you're lucky to see just like one dungeon outside of 9 having patchers. At least when I'm playing, I rarely see patchers outside of 9. Maybe you know every other seed or something, but 3 dungeons with patchers.
Especially level 8, which I believe has somewhere like 5 or 6 bosses in it, and every single one of those gets replaced by a patch. Good grief!
Yeah, I can't tell you how many. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Speaking of a good grief regarding bosses, what'd you think about level 3 with that shoot room and that dig dogger?
Luckily, it was at the beginning. I mean, I wasn't too disappointed about that. It was only a couple of rooms in. Say that was at the end of the dungeon, I would have been a little more disappointed because I would have had to traverse through the entire dungeon again once I had the recorder. So not the worst case scenario, but being in the shoot room especially, that's kind of annoying as well.
Yeah, anyway, you are going up against the 29th seed Crystal Saver, and the winner of that gets a date with Fred Coughlin in the round of 6. And that'll bring you to that'll put you in Final 4 if you can get through 2 more matches. But very well done. You came on the scene rather recently, if memory serves, and you have just been taking the community by storm.
Yeah, I started this game back in, I don't know, May 2017, April 2017, something like that. So, yeah, I've put in a lot of work into this game. But, yeah, I've improved vastly over the, just the past few months alone. But, I've definitely been getting a lot better every day, and I guess I don't even know what the hell I want to say. I guess I'm at a loss of words right now. I don't know.
Keep practicing.
Keep practicing. Yeah, you can only keep getting better. So I've just 3 months ago, like I couldn't do half the things that I could do now in the randomizer and with my combat, especially. So, just put in the work and keep practicing. You'll get better. Just like with anything.
And Drakhatos has taken down Zelda. He's just looking for, at this point, Ganon.
Yeah, because he does kill Zelda since he has a Dark Nut.
So when did Drakhatos get the red ring? Because I feel like finding the red ring early was key to this seed.
He got it right after buying a blue ring with that 102 rupee big secret.
Oh wow, where was that big secret again?
It was somewhere up in Death Mountain, I believe.
I don't remember picking that up, but I might have and just didn't really care. I must have, because I full cleared the overworld other than one river spot. So unless it was there, I definitely picked it up.
He did get it quite a bit later than you. That did give you a pretty decent edge. You both got your any key at pretty much the exact same time, so that wasn't much of a factor. It was really the bow and 8 that was the deciding factor, to be honest.
And we have a map pickup from Drakhatos as well, all the way up in the quarter. It's a really big level 9, 57 rooms. And we have the heart container as one of the items that was left in level 9. You passed on the item in level 4 that ended up being the wand.
Yeah, I was actually kind of nervous. I thought I may have been behind. If say Drakhatos picks up, I'm not sure exactly, what he did that seed and everything, but say he picks up the ladder and the bow in one go in 8, he might be winning this race. But I definitely felt like I was slightly behind because I had to double dip 8 for both items and my overworld as well. So I saw the staircase. I knew it was the item. I'm like, I don't even want to look. I mean, the only item that's going to help me is wand. There are like 5 items on the table. I'm not even going to look, but I definitely could have used the wand to, fight Patra. But
you seem to do pretty well enough on your own with that white sword.
Yeah, the white sword was nice.
Yeah,
If I had the
Drakhatos-
wood sword, I don't think it would have looked.
I believe Drakhatos is getting close to the area of Zelda. I wasn't 100% sure where her room was.
That would have been interesting though if level 7 having that Triforce one room in had either the ladder or the bow. That would have been pretty interesting having.
Oh yeah, Drakhatos spent 2 or 3 minutes digging out 7 before deciding that with all the Wizrobes and the Gurias and the bubbles, he's like, this is not where I want to be.
Yep. Luckily, I finished this seed with a 2-room level 7, so can't complain about that.
Nope. I mean,
Yeah, Drac had
a far cry from last year's 33 rooms of pure torture. But then again, that was pre-shapes.
Drakhatos maybe did, I want to say, between 8 and 10 before the Wizards made him say, no, I don't want to deal with you. So it wasn't too much more overall.
So how are you feeling in your match this coming week against Saber?
Well, that's going to be a tough match. Every match from here is going to be difficult. Crystal Saber obviously being one of the best Zelda players in the world. He's a very formidable opponent. So all I can do is cross my fingers and play my best and hope that I get a little luckier than him. He probably has a slight advantage over me, maybe like a 60-40, but I'm definitely capable of beating him, and I'm not going to count myself out for sure. So I have a chance of beating him, and hopefully I can pull through.
I think anyone has a chance of beating anyone in Randomizer.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Especially with the final. How many people do we have left now? 9, I think.
We have 7. We have 7 people in the top 8. Resicle and JM Evil will be filling in that last spot tomorrow. I believe that starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dark.
Yes, it does. That's the 10:05 because they had to throw the extra 5 minutes in there.
Right, the extra 5 minutes. I think for a link pass thing.
I think that's just Jam being Jam.
We can't. It could also be Jam being Jam. You're right.
And speaking about Jam, hello Jam. Everyone in chat, show your bees.
Drakhatos is still trying to figure out his way through this level 9. I don't remember exactly where Zelda's room was, but it has to be like in the north center, northwest area.
Yeah, it was like the north center, I want to say. Luckily, I went the direct way to Zelda pretty much, because this level 9 definitely has the potential to troll you on Zelda.
And it seems like it has to quite a degree.
Yeah.
It seems like he's going in the right direction. We should have a dot done fairly shortly.
Yeah, there's also a staircase right underneath, so if he has the possibility of finding the passage leading to her as well. But it looks like he's right there.
Yep, there's the door. He just has to get around all these Wizrobes. And I believe he's got a potion to bail him out. He's gonna camp in this door and hope to get a good angle. He's just gonna burn his bombs to get through clear the field a little bit. Wow, these are some really tanky blue Wizrobes. Good grief.
Not the funnest of rooms, to be sure.
Looks like he's gotten through enough of it, and he will be finishing in short order. And everyone, get your GGs in chat for Drakhatos. He has dot done, and let me pull up IRC for the official time.
1 hour, 14 minutes, and 1 second. Get some GGs in chat, please, for Drakhatos. Definitely a nice match by him. Unfortunately, that bow was a little on the rude side. That's that can happen to anyone.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes the bow decides it doesn't want to get found, or something like that.
So we'll see if Drac wants to come in and have a quick chat with us, and he does. Hello, Drakhatos. GG, my friend. Well played.
GG and freedom!
Yes.
Freedom indeed.
We were talking about how you wouldn't be too sad because we know how much you hate shapes, and it wasn't the worst thing for you to say goodbye to them and leave them in your wake.
I could only win either I advance or I am free from shape, so I'm not mad.
Fair enough. What probably did make you plenty mad was finding the bow and ladder in 8 and having to double or triple dip to get there.
Yeah, the Huntopo was kinda stupid, but I also showed why you don't buy blue rings.
Yeah, that was funny. Buy the blue ring, immediately find the red one. But you still had a very nice you had a very nice run, very well done this entire tournament. And what do you think? If we have another one, think you might be willing to give it a shot?
We all know the next one will be a second quest swordless one, of course, but unless it's not like the last random one with slight adjustments, don't really count me in. I'm sick of shapes, but that's what people know already.
Overall, your thoughts on tournament? Did you have a good time at least through the most of it?
Yeah, I mean the third Swiss match wasn't to my liking because that was pretty much why I dislike shapes so much, but else I got way further than expected. With like 0 practice I put into it and ending up on 9th with a few others. Can't complain.
And anyway, congratulations on making it as far as you have. As you all turn your attention to the bracket on ta909 screen, we have winners finals. JSR2 Gamers and Fearwolf will be duking it out in a week or two. In the meantime, TA, you and Saver will be playing for a chance to face Fred Coughlin in the next round. Unos will be playing against the winner of tomorrow's match between Jam Evil and Resticle, and the winner of that gets RC Drone. That's going to be interesting if Unos wins. Drone has had his number several times of late, and that's still going to be several matches before we get to the losers finals and grand finals, and those are going to be a blast.
So, Drakhatos, talk us through the rest of this seed. We know that the bow was the sticky point. You got all the dungeons relatively quick, and then you bought that blue ring and you saw the red ring, so that's kind of a kick in the pants. But otherwise, the seed wasn't too bad for you overall.
Yeah, just level 5 that death, and obviously Triforce room was kinda bad, but else it wasn't too bad. With ropes everywhere, but it was endurable. The free red ring was kind of bad in my opinion, because it made stuff way easier with that play of blue ring purchase, but can't complain too much.
Alright, so we do hear rumblings of a summer-ish tournament coming up. We hope to see you there, Drac. Any thoughts on that coming forward?
Yeah, as said, if it's not like the last random person tournament, chances aren't that high that I rejoin again, but we'll see.
Alright, TA, any final thoughts before we go on?
No. GG Drac. Sorry that you got a little unlucky there with level 8.
Happens.
And thank you for the commentary. Absolutely, the restream and the tracker. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for all the background work, restream, tracker, and commentary.
And I'd also like to give a huge thank you to all our watchers. If you guys wouldn't be here watching us put on this show, well, there wouldn't be a show to put on. In any case, for our tracker, Dude, our restreamer, OTP Lawyer, my co-commentator, Dark Falls 1983, I am Algernon25. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you again to the runners, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for another race. Everyone have a great evening.